My name is Aysha and I'm back with another video that is related to the storybook that we read called Matthew and Tilly. So the last time that I talked to you all, we talked about advertisements and how Matthew and Tilly used a sign or an advertisement to tell any customers of their lemonade stand what they were selling and how much they were selling it for. So that's what we learned about last time, but this time I want to focus on one very specific thing, and that thing is, how do people buy things? How do we buy the things that we want and that we need? Let's think about that. Let's think for a moment how people are able to purchase something or to buy something that they want or that they need. What would we need to use in order to buy something? Ooh, I think I know. We have to use money, right? And so today I want to talk about the different types of money and also how we can use money in order to buy the things that we need. So first of all, money is something that we can exchange or give to whoever it is that is selling an item for the item or the product that we are buying. So let's say I went to a toy store and I really wanted to buy a stuffed animal. And if I really wanted to buy a stuffed animal, I would pick up that stuffed animal, go to the cash register where there is a person there called a cashier who is standing there and waiting for customers to come up and buy something. So I would come up, they would usually scan the item, so they would scan my stuffed animal and they would tell me how much it costs. And once they tell me how much it costs, I can give them money so that I can pay for what it is that I'm buying. They would take the money, put it in their cash register, and I could take the stuffed animal and go home. So that's typically how we buy things using money. And we can buy any number of things using money. So you can buy food, you can buy clothes, you can buy toys, you can buy shoes, you can buy sporting equipment, you can buy essentially anything. You can buy a bed, you can buy a mattress, you can buy really big and expensive things like a car, and all of that can be purchased or bought using money. So let's take a look at what money looks like. So before we delve into what money looks like here in the United States, what it looks like in America, I want to talk about the fact there's different types of money in different parts of the world. So in other places, they don't use dollars, they use different types of currency or different types of money. And so I want to show you an example of that. We have here a picture of Canadian money. So this is the money that they use in Canada. Look at how colorful that is. Isn't that so pretty and colorful? Yeah, that is super pretty and super colorful. And that is the kind of paper money that people use in Canada. Now, there's also coin money that people can use as well. And so here I want to show you a little coin that looks kind of like it could be an American coin, but it actually is from Russia. Here it says 5, and then right here at the bottom it says ruble, which means rubles. And rubles are the type of currency that is used in Russia. So in Russia they don't use dollars, they use rubles instead, and they have paper money as well, but they also have little coins like this too. And you couldn't use these rubles in America, in the United States. You would have to exchange them for American currency, which are US dollars. So now that we talked about other countries' currency and the money that other countries use, let's talk about American money. So as I said, a lot of money comes in two different forms, in a paper form and also in a coin form as well. So let's take a look at the different types of paper money that people in the United States use. So let's take a look. So here I have the $1 bill. So the $1 bill is It looks like this. It has a different picture and different drawings on the front and on the back. Also, if you look in the corners, in each one of the corners of the bill, there's a number 1 that shows you that this is $1. It also says 1 right here. It also says $1 at the bottom. And then it also has in big letters, it says 1 right here too. And so if you look at it, it has more of like a greenish, grayish kind of color. And this is what a $1 bill looks like. There's also a picture of George Washington, who was the first president of the United States, on this bill as well. So all of the bills that I will be showing you, so these paper monies are called bills. All of the bills that I'll be showing you all have a different famous person through history on them. So the first one is George Washington. And then if we look at the next type of dollar bill that we have a $5 bill. So as I said, you can see the 5 in the corners. It also says $5 at the bottom. And then you have a picture of former President Abraham Lincoln on the front. And then we have this picture of the US Capitol on the back. So there's different types of drawings on each bill. So if you compare the $1 bill to the $5 bill, you can see that there's a different person on the front, and then there's different pictures on the back of the bill. And then you can also see that the colors are a little bit different too. So this one has a little bit more of a greenish, grayish color, and this one has a little bit more purple in it. It still has gray in it, but it has a little bit more purple in it here, and then there's a big purple 5 on the back. So that's how you could tell those two bills apart. Now there's also a $10 bill, and as I said, there's the number 10 in the corners. And this one is definitely a lot more orange or gold than the other two pictures, or the other two bills. And there's the picture of the White House on the back, and then Alexander Hamilton is the person on this bill. Now there's also a $20 bill. So as I said, there's the little 20s in the corners. This one is a lot more green than any of the other bills that we've seen. And on the front, we have Andrew Jackson. And then on the back, we have another view of the White House. So this is what a $20 bill looks like. And then I also have a picture. I don't actually have the actual bill, but I have a picture of a $50 bill. So this is what a $50 bill looks like. As I said, in the corners you have the 50s. It says $50. And this is what the front looks like. And then you have a picture of Ulysses Grant on this bill. And then finally we have the $100 bill, which is the largest bill that you can have in the United States. The $1 is the smallest. You can't have a smaller bill than the $1 bill. And the largest bill that you can have is $100. So as you can see that there's the 100 in the corners. Then there's a picture of Benjamin Franklin on the front. There's also this line through the middle. And this line shows that this is actually a real bill. It's not fake, it's actually real. And this bill is definitely a lot more blue than any of the other bills that we've seen. So they have, every single one of the bills has a little bit of a different color to them. They also have different numbers written all over them so that you know exactly how much each bill is. And there's also a different person in history on each one of the bills that I just talked about. So these are paper money or bills, but we also have coins as well. So let me show you what coins actually look like. So starting with the smallest one, we have the penny. The penny is a 1-cent coin, and it has like this very coppery brown kind of color. Then we also have a nickel, which a nickel is 5 cents. And this is what it looks like. And this one is a silver coin. And then I also have another silver coin, which is a dime or 10 cents. And then I also have a 25-cent coin or a quarter. And this one is still silver, but just a little bit bigger than all the other coins that we just looked at. And then finally, this one isn't super common, but it does come up sometimes. We have the $1 coin. So it says at the very bottom here, it says $1. And this is a coin that is the exact same amount as the $1 bill. So you could, if someone said, oh, your bubble gum that you are buying today is $1, then you could either give them this coin, which is $1, or you could give them this bill, which is also $1. So they have the same cost. They have the same value. They're worth the same amount. So I showed you all of these different types of coins. As I said, the dollar coin you don't see very often, but you do see the penny, the nickel, the dime, and also the quarter very often whenever you're buying anything or whenever you're exchanging money with someone. And just like we saw in Matthew and Tilly, in that book, and on their sign, like I have here, it says that their lemonade is 25 cents per glass. 25 cents per glass. So 25 cents is this coin. It is a quarter. And this coin is something that you could give Matthew and Tilly if you wanted one glass of lemonade from them. So this is how you would use your money in order to buy something. Now, you're going to watch a video a little bit later with Miss Julia, and she will actually explain in very, very big detail what each coin looks like and who is on each coin, because there's different types of people and different types of drawings on each coin as well. So she will go over that in a lot more depth a little bit later. But for now, I wanted to talk about how coins are, and money in general, so coins and also bills, are able to be stored safely whenever someone is buying something from a store. So let's think back to the example that I made earlier on in this video about me buying a stuffed animal from a toy store. Remember, I said that I'd pick up the stuffed animal, go over to the cashier, hand them the stuffed animal, they would scan it, and then they would tell me how much that stuffed animal is, and I would give them the correct amount in bills and maybe also in coins, and then they would give me my stuffed animal and I could go take it home. But do we remember, or do we know maybe, where the cashier would store all of the money that they earn throughout the day? They can't just leave it out on the table because it's not a very safe place to leave money. So where do you think a cashier could put money so that it can be safe throughout the day while people are buying different products in the store? Let's think about it. People, when they go somewhere and they want to pay with cash, they typically bring a wallet with them, and a wallet is somewhere that most people can keep their money safe. That's something that they can use to keep their money safe while they walk around and while they shop. But a cashier working in a store, when they work in a store all day, they're not really moving around much. So they need something where they can safely store their money at that place that they're working at. So can we think of something that could help protect money and store the money safely? Let's think about it. I think Matthew actually played with it in our storybook in Matthew and Tilly. Do we remember? Oh, I think we do. So what Matthew was playing with in Matthew and Tilly, and also what a cashier would use to safely store all their money, is a cash register. It is a cash register. So this one's just a picture of a toy one. So actual ones can look a little bit different, but they all work the same way. So let's take a closer look at what a cash register looks like. So this is like the overall structure of the cash register. Here you have the monitor that tells you how much the total price of everything that person is purchasing is. So in this example, it says $15.95 in that little display. So whoever is paying has to pay $15.95 to buy whatever it is that they're buying. Now, we also have this sliding out tray that can slide in, and then it locks. Once you slide it in, it locks. It won't open unless you type in certain things onto the keyboard to make it open. So it is a very secure way to keep the money inside, and so you have different slots for different types of bills, and you also have different slots for different types of coins as well. And then here you have the different numbers where you can use the numbers and like addition symbols and things like that in order to type in how much items cost and add all of the prices of all the items together so that you can get the total amount that the person is spending in that shopping trip. So all of this can be done with just this simple cash register, and that is also a very safe way for cashiers or people who work in grocery stores or toy stores or clothing stores, people who work anywhere where you buy things. That's a safe way for them to keep their money. So today we learned about the different types of money and the two different types of forms that money can come in. So we have bills or actual paper money, and we also have coins. And all of those things that we learned today relate to the book that we read earlier called Matthew and Tilly. And in the next video that you're going to watch, you can see Miss Julia, where she will be looking at all of the coins that I showed you very briefly. She will be looking at all of those in very great depth so that you can have a closer look at what all the coins are and know exactly how much each coin is worth and know what each coin is called. So I think that's going to be a really fun activity for all of you, and I hope you have a lot of fun. I hope you have a great rest of your day, and I will see you again soon. Bye-bye!